We are live. Welcome to episode 15 of the High Slot Podcast. I'm here today, as always, with the boys, Bob Deuce.
How are we?
Snipsky.
Yes, sir.
Our behind-the-scenes guy, Jay Butts.
How you doing?
And myself, Andrew Coco Curry. What's going on, fellas? Anything new?
No, not really anything new. Just crazy couple nights. Playoffs. Just been on the couch watching the games, just soaking in all these games, man. They've been crazy. How about you, Benny?
Yeah, nothing too unusual, other than that Bees game last night, I've been doing pretty well, but, the bounce back tonight, hopefully.
Yeah, dude, I've just been fired up. Playoffs are back. Dude, I'm going to be literally living under a rock for the next month and a half, sleep deprived. I've already been up, up till 1 a.m. watching these West Coast games.
Fucking sweating.
For real, the Dallas and the Calgary game, I was like, 1-0, and it's about to be the third. I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, man, it's still intermission. I'm like, I just went to bed, and then I woke up. It was still 1-0. I was like, thank God I did not waste my time.
Yeah, so last night, the Rangers-Pens game, dude.
Oh, triple OT.
Dude, I swear, every single intermission for OT was, 40 minutes long. Dude, I'm, sitting there on my phone. I'm, looking up. I'm like, yo, when's this game coming back on? It was, 40-minute.
Those have been brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
crazy.
I was so surprised it took till night 2 for an OT game. I thought night 1 we were going to get one.
Night 1, I saw those blowouts, and I was like, oh, come on.
Except the Oils and the Kings. That was the only good one.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into those games specifically in a little bit. But, yeah, playoffs are back, baby, in full swing. Gotta love it. Won't be getting much sleep. You won't see me out, for the next month and a half. So
I'm never out anyway.
Hockey every night. You got to love it.
All night. Let's go. All right, so before we get into some new hockey talk, just a quick ad from our sponsors, the UDL boys. So with our new sponsorship with the Ultimate Die League, the High Slot Podcast will be covering a couple of you lucky winners' entry fees for their upcoming tournaments. All you have to do to be eligible is subscribe to the Hedge Better YouTube page and go over to Instagram and swing a follow to Hedge Better, the High Slot Podcast, and the other podcasts in the Hedge Better family, including Steel and Naz, the Scramble Pod, and the Mass Appeal podcast. 4 new winners will be announced live every Tuesday on the Ultimate Die League podcast at 8 p.m. So if you think you got some game at Beer Die and want to play in their upcoming tournaments for free, then go subscribe to the Hedge Better YouTube page. Follow Hedge Better, the High Slot, Steel and Naz, the Scramble Pod, and the Mass Appeal Pod on Instagram. All right. Before we get into some updates on the current playoffs, I just want to go over some quick hitters with you guys. So the Canucks recently released a statement saying that they're not ready to commit to Bruce Boudreau for the long term. What's your boys' thoughts on that?
I think that's nuts because Bruce Boudreau just came in and just turned around that team. They almost made the playoffs. They weren't even close to making the playoffs before he was head coach. So I don't know why they wouldn't even want to lock him in.
I guess it makes sense if they have somebody else in mind that's good. Not off the top of my head do I know anybody who's really available. He's a good placeholder though. If they don't get anybody else, he's been to the playoffs with teams. Has he won a cup?
Yeah, he won with the Capitals.
Oh no, that was Barry Trotz.
Oh no, my bad.
Yeah,
no.
that was Barry Trotz, but I don't.
Joe definitely won a Stanley Cup.
He might have, but it's a good placeholder if they can fall back on that. Just if they can't upgrade to something better.
I know Bruce Boudreau, he coached the Capitals for a while. I think he won a cup.
I'm not seeing it here. I'm gonna have to do a little more research. But yeah, I think the Nucks are out of their minds. I feel like you lock him up, dude. He turned the Nucks season around.
Yeah, big time.
360. They were lower basement of the Western Conference, and then they went on a heater once Bruce Boudreau took over behind the bench. Bruce, there.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Bruce, there.
And his players made that up for him too, like that, didn't they? They did the Bruce.
Was
there
it
is.
Them are the fans.
But
he said he hated it.
I see a bunch of the his players, Canucks guys, when they get interviewed, saying it, having fun with it. So they must like him.
It seemed like they loved him. He did such a great job with the Nucks. I wouldn't be surprised if someone else, throws him an offer soon. So I don't know what the Nucks are waiting for. Were they waiting for Quenneville? I don't know.
That's a PR nightmare.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna take a chance on Quenneville.
But I can't think of any other big names out there that potentially could fill the void for the Nucks. Nucks clearly a team who has some potential. They should have some high standards for next year. They're not a team that's rebuilding or anything. They have the pieces there.
Yeah.
They should be playoff
But
team.
now with Bruce Boudreau, full season under his belt, I think they could do some damage next year. So I don't know what they're waiting for here.
All right, for the record, I was wrong. Bruce Boudreau has never won a Stanley Cup, but he's like top 3 highest like points percentage like in like the league. He's like such a good coach. I just thought he's such a good coach. I've been in the league for so long. I just thought he won one, but apparently not. But yeah, I agree with Coco. I think the Canucks are kind of crazy. Not saying that they're 100% in on him. I think they should be.
Yeah, why not fully commit to the guy? I mean, I just don't know what else is out there. I don't know what they're waiting for.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would love for someone else to offer him, and he says, "Screw you" to the Canucks and just dips.
Yeah.
I think
the Flyers didn't bring back Mike Yeo, if that's how you say it.
Mike Yeo.
Mike Yeo.
That was our next topic. Mike Yeo officially fired by the Philadelphia Flyers. I mean, I think we kind of all saw that coming.
Who wants to coach the Flyers right now?
Yeah, I mean, Mike Yeo, he's a good coach, but like sometimes you just need a new voice in the locker room, especially after the season they had. Like, Jesus Christ. I wouldn't even want to coach that team anyways.
They run through like coaches. Like I think they have had like 5 coaches the last 10 years or something like that.
I think they've had they had
Alain Vigneault. They've had Yo. I don't know who else, but I know they run through coaches like
it's like the Cleveland Browns with their quarterbacks.
Yeah. No surprise, Mike Yeo out in Philly. He used to coach the Wild. I haven't heard great things about him as a coach.
Didn't he coach players. Like a wagon once?
He coached a lot of good teams.
Yeah,
but as recent, like not
was he
great.
With the Yotes? He coached the Yotes?
He might have. He might just been in the organization. I don't know if he was the coach.
But yeah, I haven't heard great things about him, so no surprise. And especially after the season the Flyers just had, yikes. They're rebuilding though, so whoever comes in is not going to really be held to that high of expectations. They got some young guns that are coming up, but I don't see them back in the mix for at least 3 or 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, they got a long uphill climb for sure.
Ahead. Goaltending's a weakness, defense. They're some of their top guys are aging.
Everything's a weakness.
Yeah, literally all around. One other topic I wanted to touch on before we get into some playoff recap. Winnipeg Jets, Mark Scheifele in a recent interview said he's not ready to commit to the team long term. He needs to know what direction this team is going in. So that kind of leads me to the question for you guys. What direction are the Winnipeg Jets going in? Where do you see them next year?
I think they're like a playoff team every year. I think they expect playoffs. They have the roster. They literally have the pieces for it. Like Hellebuck, he's won the Vezina. He's a top goalie in the league. Defense is pretty solid. I mean, they don't have like superstars back there, but I like that guy Morris. He moves the puck well. He's a 2-way guy. He can move the puck. He can play defense. He can do it all. And because you got Scheifele and like Blake Wheeler's kind of been edging off a little bit.
He had an awful year, but
yeah,
I'd expect him to.
Kyle Connor's
back.
A beast.
Oh, dude, he put up a record career numbers this year.
Yeah.
Kyle Connor's nasty.
So
Dubois.
I think the direction
he had a good season too.
Yeah, he did. In my eyes, I think the Jets direction where they're going, I think maybe like next year, like they're definitely gonna make the playoffs. Like, I think it's like playoff or bust next year.
They bounce back. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a rebuild of it. I think they have the guys. That guy Nikolai Ehlers is an animal too. He's underrated. So yeah, I think they got
a former Vezina goaltender between the pipes too, Hellebuck. But I mean, he's getting no help.
Yeah,
I think defense is their biggest weakness. They need to go out and get 1 or 2 stud defensemen that can really lock down the blue line for them. They're similar to the Nucks. Like they have the pieces. Definitely, should be shooting for the playoffs. I think that should at least be their minimum expectations. But the West is so stacked.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's a tough conference to be in. But, yeah, like the Nucks, I think the Jets, have the pieces. They should be a playoff team, too. If Scheifele leaves, then it's a whole different story for that team.
Yeah, they're screwed.
He's kind of the backbone for that team. But I don't blame them saying, like, I need to know what direction this team's going in. I mean, there's definitely a lot of frustration in Winnipeg. They feel like they should be in the mix every year, and they kind of just fall short.
What do you think, man?
Yeah, I'd be questioning the team, too, of the front office if I see Andrew Kopp getting traded. Because that's a big
Who'd they get for him?
Not much from what they were like trying. But like the thing is, why are you getting rid of one of their good young players? You're kind of built to like actually make the playoffs, and you're selling during the trade deadline. Yeah, they just not heavy on the D end. I don't think that's like their one weakness because they have Hellebuck, and then I didn't they fire their coach during the year too.
He stepped down. He
stepped down,
resigned.
and then what was his name? Is coaching, and I think his son's on the team. I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head, but yeah, I think they got a coach, and he's coaching his kids on
Dave Lowry.
Yeah, Lowry. His son's on the team too. Yeah, I mean, like, who knows if they just like kind of felt like they got abandoned by the coach, and like they were just kind of like not all into it, like kind of fell asleep at the wheel. But I mean, you got like you guys said, Shifley, Connor. Morrissey's good defenseman, but
Pionk's pretty good too.
Yeah, at Pionk, they just don't really have that stud defenseman.
Yeah, they don't have that true
lacking.
number one. Yeah,
that's what they lack.
Yeah.
I'm seeing here the Jets just extended their GM for another 3 years. Dave Chevaldayoff.
Oh, that was the guy that used to be the GM of the Blackhawks. That when they went on that.
Was it
on that dynasty?
Yeah.
Run.
That's one way to get an extension.
Was that his first year with the Jets this year?
Might have
been there for a little bit.
Might have been 1 or 2 years.
And
there,
then they just also announced that interim head coach Dave Lowry may not be back for the 2022 season. So they're open to head coaches.
They're probably a good idea. Yeah, I mean, they just didn't finish strong. Like they should be in the playoffs more than the Canucks.
It's Adam Lowry. Yeah, is that his son?
Yeah, his son. Yeah, Dave. Yeah,
Paul Maurice was their coach.
Paul Maurice. Yeah, I think he was a good coach for them because when he was there, they were a playoff team.
Yeah, I mean, he stepped down because I think they lost like 6 or 7 in a row, and he was like, "Fuck," and just like.
Yeah, he said they just needed like a new voice. He could just tell like the team wasn't like
responding,
really committed. Yeah,
they didn't respond with that.
Jets and Nucks, 2 teams like you're on the fence. Like you got the pieces. Do you go and rebuild though, or like do you beef up and like go for a run?
Both of those teams are definitely playoff teams. Like I don't think they should rebuild.
I think the Nucks are in a little better position though than the Jets. The Nucks do have some young studs. The Jets, they have like a middle of the pack age group. Like they have a good mix of like vets, but they don't have many young guys.
Yeah, they don't.
Their future's not that bright. So I think the window's closing for
Plus their captain Blake Wheeler, he didn't score a goal until like halfway through the year.
He had like the worst season he's ever had. But Blake Wheeler's a tough guy. He'll bounce back.
I loved him on the Bees.
Yeah, he was sick on the Bees.
Yeah, he's come a long way since being like 4th line grinder on the Bruins.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a stud.
All right, so why don't we jump into some playoff talk? We'll highlight each series so far. Every series is at least 1 game in. Tonight is game 2 for those first series that we saw. Let's start with the Bees and the Canes. Bees are down 1-0 after a tough 5-1 loss in game 1. You boys think the Bees can bounce back and even things up tonight?
I mean, I'm wearing the sweatshirt right now.
He's got the cup.
So yeah, then he's got the cup.
We want the cup.
But all right, so last game, tough little draw, 5-1, pump show. And I'm honestly big on the Canes and everything, but I think tonight, we're going to come back with vengeance, steal one on the road, and just roll into Boston feeling good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the same wave, obviously. Tonight, it's going to be a fight. They can't make dumb decisions back on D. I mean, they mixed up the D pairs. They have Lindholm and Carlo and McAvoy and Grzelcyk. McAvoy and Lindholm got to cover up some mistakes for those guys. Hopefully it works out. I'm hoping it's like a 2-2 game going to OT, and hopefully the Bees can bury. They just got to limit the fast breaks. They're too fast. The Canes are too fast.
Yeah, I was big on the Bees coming into this series. I've liked the Canes all year. I had the blinders on, dude. The Bruins fooled me, I think. You guys heard me bitch about it. It's Grzelcyk and Carlo.
Yeah.
They can't hang with these Canes forwards. And Grzelcyk -3 game 1, Carlo -2. Looks like they're changing up the D pairs heading into tonight. They're going to have McAvoy and Grizz together, and then Lindholm and Carlo, which I think you need to do.
Yep.
It's the only solution. You can't load up your top pair D with McAvoy and Lindholm, unfortunately, because Grzelcyk and Carlo are just fucking weak links. Yeah, dude. Like every time, they're out there for every goal. Changes to the D pairs will be interesting. But besides D, Allmark, sturdy in net.
Yeah, I think he played well. He just got held to dry.
None of those goals were on him. He was sturdy. He looked sturdy all night. The thing was that the Bees came out absolutely buzzing in that first period. All over them. You're like, oh, they're the better team by far. Outshot them 14-4 in the first period. But when you can't bury a puck in the back of the net, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
and the Canes took advantage of those opportunities. So if we're going to struggle to score goals, we're in big time trouble. Ronto looked sturdy as well.
Yeah, he played well.
He did play well, but there were so many rebounds, like little rebounds.
Yeah, he was fighting the puck.
We just weren't getting there.
I was talking to my dad last night about this. So, like, I think the biggest part and the reason why we got smoked the last game, dude, we got out hit. We got bullied, dude.
Yeah.
Like, there was times where, like, dude, I think there was like a 40-second just like interval where like 4 of our defensemen just got buried down low. Like, even Lindholm got fucking buried, like, bad. So I think the key to success for this game tonight is go out there, bang bodies, match their physicality, and go out there and just play Boston Bruins hockey. Because, like, that's not what we played last game. We didn't. No. We played scared halfway through the game.
I think, honestly, the most concerning thing for me in that game one was our top line looked terrible. Awful. Bergeron, Marchand, and DeBrus looked awful. I don't think they had barely any offensive zone time possession.
Yeah,
your best line was your second line by far. They were buzzing every single shift.
Yep.
Halsey looked like a man possessed out there. Third line played decent. You know, they didn't look like that dominant third line we saw in the last half of the season. I think they'll bounce back. Fourth line did all right. They actually were getting majority of the chances. The Foligno line. Which that's not really their job to go out there and score. You're just looking for them. They need to start banging bodies though too.
Yeah,
they weren't
big.
playing physical.
Yeah, we just need all the lines to buy in. I think low key that Marchand's hurt. Like I think they're just like holding something back because dude he has 1 goal in the last like 20 something games.
Yeah,
it was an empty netter.
And it was an empty netter. So it's like
Bergie can't do it all himself.
Yeah. So and like
I mean don't make it like we gotta mention DeBrusque. I don't care like how he's like inconsistent. It's not the time right now.
I was gonna say I hope he makes me eat my words, but I knew he was gonna no show come playoff.
Yeah, no, he
time.
no shows.
I knew he was gonna have this big regular season, and hype him up like, oh, maybe he's a different player since that contract.
He's not physical at all.
But yeah, I knew he was gonna no show. I knew it, and I hope he goes out and scores 2 or 3 tonight. But I just had a gut feeling. I'm sorry. I think the series is over.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be positive now because I know I picked the Canes to win the Stanley Cup, so obviously I got the Canes moving on, and I'm whatever. And yeah, it's looking tough, but I think tonight Bruce is gonna have the boys ready. I think we'll we need to steal one tonight. If we don't steal one tonight, we are fucked.
Yeah, this is
if we're 2 down, 2 in the hole, going back to Boston. I know it's bad going back to Boston, but I think Carolina, if you give them any like reason, you're screwed.
If we go down 2-0, it's absolutely over. I'm just being a little bitch and saying that's over. But I had the blinders on. I think this Bruins team fooled me. They looked so good in the second half of the season, and I kind of underestimated the Canes a little bit. I was like, oh, they got a questioning goal like with Anderson
doesn't matter
out, but it doesn't matter. Yeah.
They're so deep.
There's another thing to look out for is Don Sweeney still doesn't have a contract for next year. So big change. Big changes might be coming if they can't get out of the first round because usually that guy, that GM who doesn't have a contract would have already signed something like maybe a couple months ago.
Cassie's going with them.
Yeah, that's what they're saying too. It's not just the GM, it's the coach too. So.
And then Coach Gibbons is going to go in there, swoop in.
Yeah,
it's just I could definitely see the Bees winning tonight, and they have to. Like they need to come out with that same energy they did in Game 1, buzzing, but they need to put some pucks in the back of the net. But then you saw 2 completely different teams as the game went on.
Yeah.
As the game went on, you were like, oh, this team cannot keep up with Carolina.
Played a period
we
and
played
a half.
scared.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you look timid. You look scared. You weren't playing physical. You weren't getting any traffic in front. You were just rimming the puck along the boards the whole time. Like, no high percentage chances really after that first period. So it's a big question mark. What team are you going to see tonight? And it sucks because this is it. This is it for the Bruins. Like, this is the last year that they can literally make a run. Because I think at next year, they could be, in the mix, but I don't think they're going to be capable of winning.
And they've been trying to sign Bergeron, and he doesn't want to sign anything until the summer. So
I mean, your core's aging. The window's closing, and I think the window's officially shut after this season. So, but you haven't gone out in the first round since, I don't even know. It's been a long time, so it'd be really.
I think it was the Sens when we played the Senators, like
2017.
2017, the Sens were a wagon.
Wasn't that second round?
No, it was first time we lost them. Yeah, pretty sure
Yeah, they had Eric Carlson still.
Yeah, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals and lost to the Penguins.
But yeah, do or die tonight for the Bruins. Do or die. This Canes team's too good to go down 2-0 and try and come back.
I mean, I guess you look at the bright side, come back home for 2, maybe steal one.
But then that would be 5 straight wins the Canes have against us.
They dominate. It's like 25 to like 2.
Yeah.
They outscored us this year.
That's disgusting. That's gross.
All right, so we'll see. We'll see what team shows up tonight for the Bees.
Let's go, Bees.
Believe in Bruce. You know, he's going to make the adjustments. Typically, we've been a team that can make those mid-series adjustments, but we'll see. We'll wait and see. All right, moving on. Another series that's playing tonight. We got the Bolts and the Leafs, Tampa Bay versus Toronto. Leafs won game 1 in, high fashion. 5-0 win for the Leafs. They looked unbelievable. What do you guys think about that series? I think it's far from over.
I think the choke will come in like game 4, game 3, game 4. I think that's when they'll start, like the wheels will start falling off. Because Austin Matthews, he's like, he's going to win the Hart this year, MVP. And he's been playing unbelievable, dude. He just literally just went out there, was just like, yeah, hold this. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was kind of nuts. His goals were sick too. But I feel like they're just gonna like just lean on him too much. He's gonna get tired or whatever. And I think the Lightning are like they were back-to-back Stanley Cup champions for a reason. I think they're gonna come back tonight and John Cooper's gave him that pee whack, and they're gonna go out there and just they're gonna win. I think they're gonna even the series tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely far from over. This is the Stanley Cup champs back-to-back. So
they ain't going out.
Yeah, the Leafs. Like Bob said, the wheels would probably start to fall off eventually. Like, say, even if it's 3-1, they're up 3-1 this series. The Leafs still not over because we've seen that before. They're young. Like the Leafs are still like a very young team too. Like I don't know if they have the leadership. Like I know Tavares on the team, but what has he done? Then you got Stamkos, you got Kucherov, Hedman, Vasilevsky on the other side. I'm taking the Lightning. I think are going to win this. I don't know if they're going to blow them out, but maybe puck line.
It's going to be a close one.
Yeah.
It's going to be real close tonight.
I think they might beat them by 2 tonight.
Here's what I'm thinking. It's too good to be true for Toronto fans. You come out in game 1, you shit pump the defending champs 5-0. Your goalie, Jack Campbell, looks great, gets a shutout. It's too good to be true. They're going to fall apart.
Yeah.
Leafs fans are getting too high, right? You know, they're going to get too high, and then it's all going to come crashing down on them like it always does.
Yep.
Tampa, like you said, defending Stanley Cup champs. Don't let Toronto fool you. That place was buzzing game 1. They came out flying. Bolts came out dead flat. I think it's because they shit pumped the Leafs 8-1 in their last regular season meeting. So in the back of their minds, probably, yeah, we got this team. We own them. But they came out flat. They did not look like the Tampa Bay Lightning I've seen in the past. But since 2019, when they were swept by the Columbus Blue Jackets, Tampa Bay Lightning have not lost back-to-back games in the playoffs in their 2 Stanley Cup runs.
Yeah, that's why they're fucking Stanley Cup champions.
It's a hell of a stat.
In those games, Andre Vasilevsky is 14-0, 5 shutouts, and a .952 save percentage.
Is that good?
Hammer the under.
Decent.
I think that's good. It's
decent. Said it earlier on Instagram, Twitter. I put out a horsecock lock.
Dude, I was dying when you said
on the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight.
That's nasty.
Horsecock lock. My reputation's on the line. Lightning tonight.
He's getting
Leafs are gonna fall apart.
If it doesn't hit, he's getting a Prince Albert.
Fuck that.
Dude, when I saw that story, dude, I couldn't stop laughing. I was laughing like a little girl doing it. Horsecock lock.
That's funny. I that's the first time I've even heard of it right now. I love it.
Bolts in a big way tonight. I think this series is going to go 7, though. I don't think the Leafs are going to completely fall apart, but I think it's going to go 7, and the Leafs are going to have their hearts crushed.
Like, how the Lightning are going to take advantage of Jack Campbell in that eventually, because
they'll get to him.
Yeah, they got no shots on him last game. What, it was like 18 shots in total or something like that on Jack Campbell?
Leafs are getting Bunting back tonight. Think that makes a difference at all?
Yeah. It will make a difference. Especially when you put him on the first line with Matthews and Marner. There's a reason why like he had so many points this year. He just gels in well with that line. So.
Hey, 5-0 win with him out. Who knows? We'll see.
Maybe could fuck up the chemistry.
Yeah.
Seeing it.
Yeah.
Seeing it happen.
We'll see.
Yeah, but he was producing all night, year long. So.
I think the Lightning fed into the Leafs bullshit in game 1. That's what happens. The Leafs came out playing like absolute scumbags. You saw the Kyle Clifford hit on Ross Colton. He's out, 1-game suspension. What's your thoughts on that hit?
I didn't really see it. I saw the aftermath of it, but that's just playoffs, baby. Go out there, you just try to rattle the cages. That's all it is.
I mean, like, it definitely was dirty, but, like, obviously that's kind of playoff.
I mean, he saw numbers from a mile
yeah,
away.
yeah. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He didn't
He's
care.
a scumbag.
Yeah, he didn't care. He was trying
Clifford.
to get in their heads. You guys see Kucherov get that stupid cross-checking penalty?
Yeah.
They got into his head. I think he was like, thought it was going to be like a walk in the park, and then they came to play, and like they
the Bolts
shot.
had the 5-minute penalty, didn't do nothing with it. Like they just fucked themselves.
They couldn't get into the zone. Like they were looking like the Bruins against the Canes.
Yeah, they fucked themselves. They fed into the bullshit. Wayne Simmons, Pat Maroon, Corey Perry all got fined $2,500 for that little brawl. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah, I saw that brawl.
I don't understand why they're finding guys in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like they're doing. These guys are trying to win the Stanley Cup. Like
Yeah, shit like that happens all the time.
What are they gonna tuck their tail between their legs and just be like, oh, I can't do it. You're fine. This is the Stanley Cup. Their balls are on the line.
Yo, dude, fucking Wayne Simmons. I don't get how he got fined because he just like threw a sick hit and just didn't even fight.
Well, no, because that almost escalated a fight, and then the ref got in between, and kind of everything was all good, and then Simmons got right back into the mix and started the whole brawl.
I didn't see like him start
That's
the whole brawl.
why.
Because he threw like an unbelievable hit.
Yeah, no, it was just a big hit.
He fucking crushed.
But then the
Ruda.
ref knew there was going to be something, so he kind of hopped in between. Like he circled around the net, like he was going to go back to the bench, and then he got right back into the shit. And then all hell broke loose.
I didn't see the instigator.
Pat Maroon absolutely ragdolled some guy.
I saw
put
that.
the shirt over the head and was just giving him like 5 uppercuts in a row. Legit dummy to guy. I don't know what Corey Perry did. He's just always been a dirtbag.
Yeah, I remember he got thrown out of the Winter Class and we played for the Stars.
Buried some from me.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, Corey,
dirtbag.
he's just got a reputation, I think, type of thing. Like,
he went in the corner, wet willied someone.
Yeah,
just something like that. You know what I mean?
He's low key like very good player, and he's just like
Scory.
Perry. He can do it all out there. He's just a little older, but he is an absolute pest.
Yeah, he is. He's a dirtbag. But this is the same shit I saw when I was down in Tampa in those Leafs Bolts. Just like scraps after every whistle. And it's the same guys. It's Simmons, Maroon, it's Perry, Kyle Clifford. It's all the same guys just starting all this shit.
Bunch of goons.
It's going to be an entertaining series. But Bolts don't lose back-to-back games. They're winning tonight, evening it up, and then, go from there. I think it goes 7.
Too, so.
I think it goes 7.
It's sad they're just finding these guys for like playing their game.
Yeah.
It's like it's entertainment plus like these guys. This is who they are. You can't.
Cups on the line.
Yeah,
people are gonna do whatever they can do.
Yeah, like poke somebody's eye out.
So those are a couple Eastern Conference matchups. Let's head out west and highlight the St. Louis Blues and the Minnesota Wild series. Blues are up 1-0 after an impressive 4-0 road win in Game 1. What do you guys think about this series? Blues look good. Snipsky and I are on the Blues, so we're feeling pretty good right now. Butts and Bob on the Wild. What do the Wild got to do to get back in here?
Yeah, I'm with Butts. I'm not really worried at all. I think they're gonna throw Talbot in tonight. I think they like.
You think they go from Fleury to Talbot?
I think they should because especially or just
sounds panicky.
No, that's not panicking at all. That's mostly just like it's like the same thing. So if like Allmark didn't have a great night, we throw in Swayman, just get 1-2 punch, and like you never know. Like let's just say like Dean Edvinson's just like all right, let's just throw in Cam Talbot. Let's see if they would play better in front of Cam. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's. Yeah, that's my thought process. But if tonight, even if Flowers still in, I think either way, I think they're going to win tonight because I think again, like they're like the Lightning, they just came out flat.
Yeah, Snipsky. What do you think about our Blues?
Oh,
Snipsky loves the Blues.
Vinny's horny for the Blues.
Love it. Yeah, no, you want to know
Vinny's
how horny
bricked up
I am?
over here.
I have them going the Cup.
Let's go.
Actually,
I like that.
David Perron, like
Hattie.
Yeah, it's the most like person you wouldn't think that would on that
just
team. Yeah, like they just bully everybody. Like their defensemen bully everyone, and then they just got little Krug whipping through everyone, like just running the peeper. And they got Robert Thomas, they got Jordan Kyrou, they have Ryan O'Reilly. They're stacked, and I feel
Billy
like no
Husso
one
look good too.
Yeah, Billy Husso. Benny's not even gonna see the net. Yeah, not at all. Husso is on his head. I think it's a horrible matchup for the Wild. The Wild are like, they try to beef up at the deadline, getting, what's his name? Delorier. It's just, the Blues are just built different. Like, they're built to, like, make a run.
Yeah.
They're just tough, and they body everyone.
Yeah, Minnesota got a tough first-round draw getting St. Louis because they were unbelievable in the regular season, Minnesota. I think they're in trouble. I think this series is another one, though, far from over. I could still see it going 7. I think that was my prediction originally. The big difference maker here has been the special teams. Blues power play was lethal last game. They scored 2 out of their 4 goals on the power play. Wild power play went 0 for 6. You got to capitalize. Yeah. You can't be going 0 for 6 on power plays in the playoffs. That's not going to win you games. Husso looked like a stud.
Yeah,
37 save shutty. I think Husso could be the binner from their cup run.
Yeah, he was supposed to be 2019, but Benny just was like that guy.
Yeah. Husso looks locked in. Minnesota's going to come out absolutely flying tonight, and Xcel Energy Center is going to be rocking.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota evens it up tonight. But going back into St. Louis is where I think Minnesota's in trouble.
Wolves Den.
I like the Blues. Feeling good about that Blues pick. You guys check the Jared Spurgeon cross check on.
Oh, yeah. Did he get suspended?
No,
$5,000 $5,000 fine, I think.
Yeah, that's a max.
Yeah, that was just like too blatant. That was like clearly intent to injure.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, but Buchanan just looks back at him like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, but like I picked the Wild obviously, so when I saw that, I was like, Jesus, because like that's just like panicking kind of, just trying to hurt someone.
But yeah, this series I think is going to go a long ways, 7 potentially, and I'm interested to see goaltend situation from Minnesota, like you said, Bob. Do they turn to Talbot? Because you got 2 hot goaltenders.
Yeah. I'll check right now.
You got 2 hot goaltenders, so it's going to be interesting to see who they turn to. Talbot could be the answer. Fleury's got more experience in the playoffs, but I like the Blues. They looked really good.
Yeah, Fleury doesn't look...
As of right now, it's still Flower.
Yeah, Fleury doesn't look like as good as he should be, as we expected, I think.
Not getting much help behind. All right, let's take a look at the LA Kings Edmonton Oilers series matchup. Surprisingly, Kings are up 1-0 after a tight 4-3 win. Snipsky, you and I on the Kings also.
Yep.
Kings, big game 1 win there. What do we think about this series? Obviously, Kings, pretty heavy underdogs. Do we think Edmonton comes back?
Yeah, I think so. I think they do. I think the Kings are going to make it a way better series than I imagined.
People slept on the Kings big time.
I mean, I was big on the Kings all season, and then I thought like this matchup right now wasn't good for them at all. This really surprised me the other night, and it's going to be a tough series for the Oilers. I think the Oilers are still going to tough it out, but it's going to be tough for them to even get by this round. They got a tough draw.
Yeah, I mean, I always take the tough gritty team over the fast high powered, because it's just when the fast high powered team like Edmonton, they're not going to be as physical. And the LA team, who's they're not as skilled, but they know how they have to beat this team, and it's got to be through hitting, playing stick to puck. They just got to be so physical and won't let them over the blue line. And Edmonton's not a dump and chase team, so it's kind of a horrible matchup for them because they're gonna try to beat them on the fast break. They're kind of like the Canes a little bit. The Canes are obviously tougher, but that's why I why I picked the Kings, because they're just slept on. And Edmonton, I mean, they only had 104 points. The Kings had 99 during the regular season, so I don't really see much of a difference there.
Yeah, I said last pod, I was like, if I pick Edmonton, they're gonna fuck me. So I was like, I'm going against them with the Kings. But now after seeing that game, I love how the Kings have more of a game plan going into this series. Like you said, Snipsky, they're going to be physical. They're going to grind you down. I don't know what Edmonton's game plan is. Is it just get McDavid the puck and let him go N10? Because that's what it seemed like. It was definitely an entertaining game for sure. Back and forth. Kings got out to a nice lead. Again, I think we're going to see another tight series here that goes 6 or 7. But yeah, no one gave the Kings enough credit where credit was due here. Edmonton, though, did score 2 out of their 3 goals on the power play, which 5-on-5, they did not look great against the Kings. Obviously, their power play is lethal. They got 2 of the best scorers in the game on that power play, Draisaitl and McDavid. So I think if the Kings can limit penalties, stay out of the box, I think they got this series. I think they can get it done. And if you didn't know, now you know. He played like a beast in game 1.
Hey, not to mention Johnny Quick with the Shutsky.
No.
It was 4-3.
4-3.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
But he had 30.
Sorry, I'm thinking of another game.
But he had 37 saves. He looked good.
I don't know why. I was thinking of some other game. Whoops.
Have another.
Yeah.
Have another.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm light.
But to know, after he was a big piece in Montreal's cup run last year, he looks great with the Kings.
He was
Looks great. He's the difference maker.
Everyone's comparing him to Patrice Bergeron. Like he has the same exactly, just like gameplay, 200-foot game.
Who are you saying?
Philip Deneau.
Oh, Deneau.
Yeah, he played for the Canadians last year when they lost to the Lightning. He had a great playoff and everything, and then
he's a slept on player.
Yeah,
slept on piece of this LA
That was a
Kings
nice
team.
tip too out front. Nice
and that Mike Smith blunder.
Yeah,
I think that's just the thing. Like,
was he in net?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Smitty.
yeah.
He's been
Smitty's-
playing lights out,
What happened
though.
to Koskinen?
He stinks.
he's better than Koskinen.
Yeah.
That's another thing there too. Like, I mean,
Goaltender.
you got Johnny Quick who's won cups.
Smith, and they're
and
going
then
back to
Mike
Smitty
Smith.
tonight.
Yeah, and Smith, what's he done? He's been a career backup pretty much.
Yeah,
but-
he has been hot though to end the year, but that blunder obviously cost him the game. I don't know what he was thinking going up the middle of the ice, past behind his own net.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
definitely
I
wishes he had
see
that one back.
I didn't see much of that game.
He played well, but that cost him the game. But again, Edmonton, like Toronto, like just something always happens to them in the
Yeah.
playoffs, and you saw it last night. Like
Dude, there's like a
Mike
curse.
Smith screwed him. Like,
There's like a curse in
with a
Canada.
bonehead
dude.
play.
It's ridiculous.
Edmonton, I think they're gonna get crushed. Their fans gonna have their hearts crushed too. I think Kings are gonna upset them, man. It's gonna be pretty embarrassing if Edmonton doesn't get out of the first round. That team has some
think they
high
will.
hopes.
I think they will.
Canadian teams haven't won a cup since
yeah.
'93.
We'll see
since
how
you were born.
We'll see
Yeah,
how they
I'm
bounce
old.
back tonight. But I like the Kings in this series. I like the pick. I'm confident in it. All right, let's take a look at some matchups we saw last night, starting with the Pittsburgh Pens and the New York Rangers. This was a barn burner. Triple OT at Madison Square Garden, but the Pens pulled off the road upset. 4-3, triple OT, Malkin with the tip in and to win it for them. What do we think about this series? I think, did all of us pick Rags here?
Nope.
I picked Rags.
I'm
Pens?
the Pens guy over here, and I was very happy to see that.
Yeah, the Rangers were all over them all game too, which was like really annoying. But like even during the OTs, like they were all over. Like, they were definitely the better team. Shesterkin is on another planet. He had like 70 saves,
Yeah, he
dude.
had 70
That was
79.
he had more.
79
Oh
saves.
yeah, he definitely had more than 70. Yeah,
Did you see those fans after the game? The pictures of them just sitting in the stands. Just
Yeah, it was
devastated.
comedy.
That
It was comedy.
awful.
I loved it.
Devastated.
dude. I thought I was like watching like he's not human, dude. The way that dude plays goaltender, it's insane. And yeah, Malkin with the tip in, like that was just a really good shot, really good play. Like you couldn't really do much. I mean, what can you ask more of your goalie? He had 80 fucking saves.
Yeah, literally.
So
Stand on his dome.
yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a series. That one's definitely going 7. That's gonna be my favorite series to watch.
Yeah, I think
First round.
that's going to be entertaining.
Yeah,
Snipsky, how you feeling after that
Yeah,
triple
it was
OT
great. It
win?
was great. Love my Pittsburgh pick. I think they just look like they're built like to play like longer throughout the playoffs. Like they dominated those OTs like up until OT. Like they were wheeling on the Rags like all 3 OTs. Pittsburgh had the puck in their zone like all like throughout overtime. Could have ended a couple of times. I watched some of the game with Bob, and then I had to go to softball. Won a game. But
Not a big deal.
yeah, not a big deal.
Quick
Off
little
win.
plug.
Yeah, walk off win, go Irish pub. Yeah. No, it was. I just think they're just like more built by like leadership. They have Crosby, Malcolm with the tip in. They're more structured, I think, when it comes to leadership. And I think the Pens are just a better team. Like they got Crosby leading them. Rangers don't have a captain. I think it just all mixes in. Shersky just standing on his head. That game would have been like, wouldn't have won no overtime if they don't have Shersky as their goalie.
I was back and forth on my pick in this series. Went with the Rags because they were the better team in the regular season, and I just like what I saw from them. That was a devastating loss last night in triple OT. I'm not that worried, though, honestly. I get the Pittsburgh has the veteran leadership. They're kind of more well-built for the playoffs, but a lot of things haven't been going Pittsburgh's way. Casey DeSmith got hurt last night. They had to turn to Luis Domingue, who had stopped all 17 shots in overtime
Yeah,
and
he
got
looked
the
good.
win. But, I mean...
I got a funny story that I heard on the radio.
let's hear it.
Yeah, so they asked Louis Domingue, like, what, like, after the game, like, yeah, so, like, how was it, like, sitting down, like, And then for like 6 periods and then coming in, he was like, yeah, like I had no idea I was going in. Like in between OT, I had a big meal and they're like, oh yeah, what'd you eat? He goes, yeah, I had spicy pork and broccoli. And
Wait, he's eating during the game?
Yeah, like in between periods. Because he had no idea that DeSmith was going to get a
That's
cramp.
risky, dude.
Yeah, and then like he was like, yeah, I got some energy like in between periods and I didn't even know it. So it was good like that. I wasn't like tired. Like, so yeah, like some, but I thought it was hilarious. He made some crazy saves. Like
Adam Fox right away was just testing him. Like right when DeSmith came off, it was the faceoff was in the Pittsburgh zone, and every single time they'd win it back like 3 times in a row, and Adam Fox would just like rip it right at him, and he just saved every single one. They're like, oh, they're testing him.
Yeah, dude, Domingue looked solid in OT, but we were one injury away from an e-bug situation.
Yeah, that
was
yeah,
God.
they mentioned
I'm ready to go, boys.
Yeah, they mentioned that. I forget what they said though. The commentators like, they might as well just play with an empty net.
So the Pens lost to Smith. They also lost Richard Raquel.
He got crushed,
buried by Lindgren.
Oh, he crushed,
and he looked
dead body.
I don't know what the update on him
He's
is.
Got a concussion.
He doesn't look like he's coming back. He got absolutely lit up. People saying it's a dirty hit now.
That was clean.
Yeah, keep your head up. Coming down the end of the boards.
Well,
D's going to step up on you, bud.
It's got to be his first playoff game, too, being in Anaheim all those years.
Yeah, I don't think
you got to keep your head up. It's faster in the playoffs.
So the Pens are like slowly deteriorating. I know they got that veteran leadership. Sid the Kid, Malkin, Latanger played like 45 minutes last game.
Yeah, I know. He's ridiculous. Like 35, too.
Yeah, he plays better with age.
He was honestly wheeling, though, after they were talking about it. He was skating all. It looked good.
Is that going to be a factor as we get later into the series? Pens are older. Are some of those guys going to, be affected by that? When the Rags have more of a young gun team, could they be fresher as the series goes deeper?
That's a good question. But I mean, they're pro athletes. They're NHL players. Letang has like 3 cups, I think, and same with they all have cups together, and they all been through it. They all been through the grind. So I don't think it's really going to be that much of a factor, like with their age. But let's say it does, then yeah, the Rags definitely have the upper hand.
Yeah, I mean, and the Rags got clean up defensively. You can't be letting up 83 shots on net. I know you have a world class goaltender, Vezina winner, future Vezina winner. I won't speak too soon. In Igor Shesterkin.
After last night, he locked it up.
But yeah, you can't be letting up 80-something shots on net. I know it went triple OT, but you're relying on Chesty way too much. That's what makes me a little nervous here. It's a must-win for them in Game 2 in Madison Square Garden, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They were great all year at home, so to lose that game at home was devastating, but you got to bounce back and win Game 2. I know Pittsburgh's kind of been gearing up, same thing with the Bruins, one last run, with this group. That does make me a little nervous for the Rags here. The Rags might be a little too inexperienced in this series.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, those guys on the Pens, they got cups and they know what it takes. Yeah. I don't know if I know they had Ryan Reeves, a vet that can but this is not the series you need a Ryan Reeves, no one's dropping the gloves. It's not going to be one of those series where it's momentum. It's just they're going to just play the Penguins,
And another series that I think is going to go deep, 6 or 7. It's going to be entertaining. I think, like Bob said, this is going to be one of the most entertaining series.
Yeah, when they played during the season, it was 1 goal game every time they played.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
So it's going to be another good one. Moving on to the Washington Capitals and the Florida Panthers. So we saw a surprising result in Game 1. Washington, they came back in the third period down 2-1. Won that game 4-2. Caps are currently up 1-0 in the series. Panthers, top team out east. Yeah, I think a couple of us said, our Panthers built for the playoffs. So what do we think about this series? Are Panthers going to bounce back and win this one, or does Washington have a legit edge in this series?
Yeah, so my first thought is Jay Butts, how's your nipples?
Oh, I was going to say it. I wanted to say it.
I ain't worried, boys.
How those nips?
And my second thought is, the Panthers, I did pick them for this series, but the one thing about that team that kind of scares me is that in the regular season, they put up 6, 7 goals, but they let up 5. So when it comes to the playoffs, they're gonna they let up 4 first game. So if you let up 4 goals a game, 5 goals a game, that's not a recipe for success, especially in the playoffs.
I think what was the most surprising was the Panthers' lack of offense.
That too. Yeah,
you have a a Washington team that's, not the sturdiest team defensively, has a couple question marks in net. Like, I don't even think they knew who was going to start. Was it going to be Vanacek? Was it going to be Samsonov? They went with Vanacek, who looked pretty decent. But, yeah, I didn't see that high-powered offense that set a record for the most goals scored in a season, in the regular season. Where were they in game one?
Playoffs are just a complete different beast. That's all it is.
They didn't show up. Is it that team is a little inexperienced playoff-wise? They don't have many guys who have, won cups or, have had too many playoff games under their belt. So was it just like, cold feet type of thing and they'll bounce back? I think they bounce back.
Yeah, they bounce back.
Because another big factor was Tom Wilson was hurt in that game, and his status is unclear for game 2. If he's out, huge loss for the Caps. Huge.
Yeah, what do you think, Vinny?
Yeah, he's a bully. I mean, he's not just a bully. He's kind of like a top 50 player in the league now.
Oh, yeah. He's improved. Big time.
Like he gets paid for his skill. Like he's well paid. But the Caps, they're not gonna let up a ton of goals, I don't think. Like, they're not one of those teams, and their experience in the playoffs. Florida just let up a ton of goals like every game. Like, that's just not playoff hockey, You're not it's not outscoring the other team. It's like, I mean, it is, but like when it comes to like letting up all those goals, and yeah, cool, you can win the game 7-6 in the regular season. Yeah, cool, but that's not going to happen in the playoffs. And I was also like, I remember a pod or two ago, I was talking about how like the weak schedule Florida's playing at the end of the year, like they were dummying teams. They weren't playing anybody, and then like everyone's, oh yeah. It's like, look at who they played. And like it was just a cupcake.
And those
schedule.
Were still close games.
Yeah,
it's like some of the bottom tier teams. Yeah, so that's concerning. I think we said it in previous podcasts that Bobby, like, he's not the guy, the goalie who's going to go out and steal you games.
No.
Like, and he didn't really prove that in the regular season. You got Spencer Knight waiting in the wings. Interesting to see if they will make a goaltending change as the series goes on.
And Knight was like Rookie of the Month or something like that for goalie. Yeah, he had like a 2.5. He was like 6-1 this month, or like last month, or no, it was this month. But like to finish the year, he's hot.
Yeah. If Tom Wilson is out for extended time, that could change things completely. But I think the Panthers are in trouble here.
Yeah,
I think Washington was a tough matchup for them. Washington, very experienced team. A lot of guys there who have won cups, made runs, and they got the coaching too.
If they didn't have Ovi, I'd be like, oh, okay. But like honestly, Ovi like is like two guys out there. You know what I mean? Like, if you're losing Wilson, but you still have Ovechkin, you're still probably good.
Yeah, that's why heading into the series, I went with Florida because Ovi was a question mark. I should have known deep down that Ovi's just a mutant.
He's a sick bastard.
And he was going to play no matter what, that he wasn't actually truly that hurt.
He ripped some Russian gas and held back on the saddle.
I'm regretting my Florida pick now, man. I think they're in trouble.
I'm looking good. I had picked the Caps. I picked.
Did you?
Yeah, I picked the Caps. I picked Pittsburgh. Who was the other one?
I mean, it's only one game, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking good.
It's like the state champion, state playoffs in Massachusetts or something.
Teams who win game one have like a 60% like winning percentage overall or something like that.
Yeah,
I pulled that out of my ass, but
not this year.
All right, let's move on to our two final series that we haven't covered yet. Another one out west. It's the Nashville Preds and the Colorado Avs. Tough one for the Preds. Yeah, this is going to be 4 games, I think. I don't think we're going to spend too much time talking about this.
I told you, dude, with Saros out completely, like...
Riddick?
Yeah, Riddick stinks, dude. They scored the 2 goals in like 4 minutes. Yeah. 3 goals in 4 minutes is something ridiculous, dude.
Avs shit pumped them 7-2 game 1. It was 5-0 after the first. It was like 3-0 2 minutes into the game. Avs fully healthy. Wagon. You knew they were coming out flying like this. I love the Preds in the regular season. We're big on Yossi for Norris. Just tough draw for them. And tough having their guy Saros out. For at least these first 2 games, which I don't think it matters if he's really in net anyways. But
yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been 7-2. It probably would have been like maybe a little closer.
5-2, 4-2.
But yeah, like because they were supposed to be on ESPN after the Rangers game,
and never even showed
it, dude, because like Aussie went to 3 OTs.
I think it was. I think they showed the third period.
Well, they showed like some. I remember because I bet Avs, so I was like, went to go put it on. I'm like, this game's not even gonna be on. It was already over.
Dude, that 1.5 -1.5 fucking smashed.
Oh, it was easy money.
I knew that was gonna hit too.
This series, Nashville and Colorado, gonna be the shortest series. It's probably going to be 4 games, and then the
maybe
rest,
5.
Yeah, maybe if it's a gentleman's sweep, but I don't know.
Dude,
if they don't get UC Saros back, all done.
No, Saros is coming back for the 3rd game.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah,
Dude, the Kale McCarr goal.
yeah, nasty.
Honestly, I didn't see much.
It was just like when he scored on Flower.
Yeah, he recreated that same goal, same thing, like tight little spin, came down the side,
worked the wall and
worked
came
the
back.
wall, cut
Yeah.
middle, and then just ripped it off.
Forehand,
Riddich's
backhand.
doming in.
Yeah.
It was nasty.
Dude, I was watching that highlight of him on Flurry. Like, it was early in the year. He made that look like he was playing street hockey.
It was an OC
like
goal
that.
too, which made it even more crazy.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Riddich got shelled. He's in way over his head. Preds are dead. This is going 4. I don't even
Preds
think it
are
goes
dead.
5.
You and
Preds
your
are
friends
dead.
are
Dead. I want the record to show. I said Preds if Saros was healthy, so they were not healthy. So that
There
I
you
want
go.
the record to
There you
show.
go.
I want the record to show. I'm on the Avs on this one. I said Preds if Saros, but that there was some things up in the air, so I'm on the Avs. that series. Sorry,
Go Avs, go.
Sweep.
All right, last series that we haven't covered yet. It's the Dallas Stars and the Calgary Flames. This game was a bit of a snooze fest. 1-0 game. Flames won 1-0. They got an early goal from Lindholm, and then not much action other than some fights throughout the game. There was actually a couple brawls.
Yeah.
Kachuk looked like a man possessed,
He's a beast.
just flying around there.
I
dude,
fucking
just
love that guy.
burying guys, scrapping. Rasmus Anderson dummied a guy and then got a misconduct for it.
Wait, didn't he fight Klingberg?
Yeah, and and Klingberg didn't return.
Oh yeah,
Dude, he dummied him. Same thing. Ragdolled him with the shirt and then like 5 uppercuts.
Yeah,
all
I guess
done.
Klingberg was pissed and like said something after the game. I saw a quote. It was like, yeah, it was kind of like fucked up of him to do something like that. Like, I guess he like came
It's
out
the
right.
playoffs.
Or it was he was like, oh, he better be ready next time to go out there.
He got tossed. I don't know if he got suspect, but he got tossed from the game in the first period because Kachuk was fighting someone, and that fight was over. And then Anderson fought Klingberg, so they both got tossed. So if you fight after an initial fight's already over, I guess it's a misconduct. But if you fight simultaneously, it's all good.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Because
a
I was
weird-
like,
I don't like.
I was like,
that.
why are they getting tossed? For fighting.
Yeah.
Because
I don't.
it's a misconduct.
Stupid.
Because I guess the fighting's already over, and then like you're starting it like right back up.
That's
I
sick.
don't know.
That's nasty.
But yeah, so it was weird. But yeah, 1-0, bit of a snooze fest. Stars only had 16 shots on net the whole game.
Yeah, it's a Daryl Sutter special. Like, dude, he literally
parked the bus.
Yeah, he just parks the bus, dude. Like, that's the way he gets his message across, dude. And like especially when he was on the Kings, when he was on the coach for the Kings, when he won those 2 cups, like, dude, they just played unbelievable defense and just capitalized on opportunities, and that's what the Flames did last night. They had one opportunity, they scored, and they parked the bus.
Yeah, it's impressive because the Flames, I don't know if they have like that one stud D man, unless I'm just like blanking on think of it, but like that's how well coached they are. It's because
They're
just
solid
like
all
they just
around.
they have solid D, like that kid Chillington that like
Yeah, he's nasty.
came out of
He's a
nowhere,
beast.
like all of a sudden he's like one of their top D-men. Like it seems like they just coached up very well. You don't really have to coach up the forwards because you got dogs up there like Kachuk.
Gaudreau.
Yeah, and then you got Lindholm.
That
Who's
first line
nasty.
is nasty.
Yo, they don't even have Monahan, right?
Yeah, I
Monahan's
think he's hurt, yeah.
Yeah, that
Hopefully,
he would have been he's good too. I'm a big fan of him. Like, yeah, and then you got Marshall, your friggin' brick wall.
Yeah, their back end is just like stay-at-home Ds. Like
No Hannafin back
Rasmus
there.
Anderson.
Oh, Noah
Hannafin,
Yep.
Killington or Chillington, Tanev. That guy blocks like a billion shots,
Brandon
dude.
Tanev.
Chris Tanev.
Oh, okay.
Zadorov. They got a decent back end, dude.
Yeah, I like Zadorov. He's a suitcase. I don't know why, but
Yeah, he was on
Colorado. Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
I think,
Or he was no, it was a couple. I think he
Maybe
played.
2 years
Oh,
ago.
he played on the Blackhawks too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Calgary's a team that's just built like steady throughout, like from every aspect. I don't think this series is over though.
Not after
Flames
that.
didn't look like impressive by any means. I mean, I picked them to win the cup, and I'm like, you come out and win 1-0.
Yeah.
But I love their defensive style. They did park the bus, only left 16 shots, so they made defense a priority for sure. I think the Stars can get 1 or 2 in this series, make it a little interesting.
Yeah, they still got Tyler Seguin, Jamie Benn. Like, he's kind of like on and off, but
Yeah.
like those are like they have a lot of experience in that team too.
Yeah, I like the Stars. Like they got in there over like a couple teams that I think should have made it, like the Knox, and like that would have been, I think, better watch. But the Stars they got good offense. Their defense is pretty good.
Their
but
1-2 punch for
yeah,
goaltending is good too.
they don't really have a real like.
These are two just like even teams. Like they have the same exact style. Like I feel like.
Yeah, they don't really have like a stay-at-home D-man.
Calgary's got a couple more all-stars, but like they're pretty like evenly matched throughout. I think.
I think the one player you got to highlight for this series though is Jason Robinson. If Jason Robinson doesn't produce, if he doesn't produce the way he produced in the regular season, the Stars aren't gonna have a chance. He's like literally the heartbeat of that team.
Yeah, he killed it during the regular season. Yeah, he definitely needs to do something.
All right, so I think that wraps up all our first round matchups. We'll keep you up to date on these matchups on our next podcast and throughout the entire playoffs. But every series right now is a one game in, so there's a lot of hockey left. None of these series are over by far, so we'll keep you updated on future podcasts. Oh, as of right now, I think it'd be a great time to turn over to today's guest. We have Luke Mcginnis of the Orlando Solar Bears, former Boston College standout and local guy from Hingham, Mass. So let's turn it over to our guy, Luke.
Let's go.
All right, today's guest is a local guy from Hingham, Mass, a former 4-year standout on the Boston College hockey team, and now a current member of the Orlando Solar Bears in the ECHL. Please welcome to the show, Luke Mcginnis. How's it going, Luke? Thanks for coming on.
Man. How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, anytime, man. So I know we tried to get you on last week, but you're still down in Florida there. How's the drive back up?
Yeah, I was down in Key West, a little vacation with a couple of guys, and then had to drive 4.5 hours to Orlando, pack up all my stuff in Orlando, drove 12 hours the next day to DC, 7 hours, and then got in yesterday.
That's a trip.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a grind. Is that common for you guys, driving around a lot in like the ECHL, traveling?
Yeah, it's a lot of bus trips, that's for sure. They won't pay for flights, especially if it's within 9 hours. So you get used to the rides.
Yeah, you guys keep yourself occupied in those long bus rides, I'm sure.
A lot of cards.
Yeah, absolutely. So what were your thoughts on Orlando's season this year? I know it's cut a little short, but overall, how do you think the team did?
We had a great team this year. A lot of good players. Obviously, we got bounced a little earlier than we wanted to, but I mean, we were a good team. I wish we would have went a little bit farther. We definitely had the team to go farther, but is what it is.
Yeah, we're hoping to have at least a Kelly Cup champion from the podcast this year, but it looks like Atlanta got bounced first round. Utah, I think, just lost the other night, and then
did they lose the other night?
Yeah, I believe so. I think Utah's done. I think is it best of 7 or 5?
7.
So yeah, I think they're all done.
Wow.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we won't have a Kelly Cup champion from the podcast this year, but maybe next year.
Yeah, hopefully.
Always next year, boys.
Damn it.
Did you play any of those guys this year? We had Sima on, Malcolm and Flo. Did you face off against Utah or Atlanta at all this year?
Atlanta was in our conference, so we actually played them a lot. They were not fun to play against, to be completely honest. Simmer came into town for 2 games. I got to see him and his family. It was good to see him because he's one of my buddies from home.
Awesome. You grew up with the Simeones?
Yeah.
Nice.
I grew up playing for the South Shore Kings. He was on the 97 team, and I was on the 98 team, so...
Yeah, I heard those Kings teams were a wagon back in the day. What was it like playing for them?
The 97 team was something else. Like, if you look at the roster, most of the guys are in the NHL.
Yeah.
Insane. Our 98 team was very good, too. A lot of guys played college hockey, so...
So I looked at your stats earlier. It looks like you had a solid year, 8 goals, 19 assists. You had most goals out of any defenseman on your team. Is that your style of play? Would you consider yourself like an offensive defenseman, or are you just throwing pucks on net and they just happen to find their way in the back of the net?
Yeah, I think this year I got like a little bit more opportunity. Second year in the league, coaches had a little bit more trust in me, and I think that kind of helped me get more offense, get more points, and I mean it's something I kind of want to get back to. I used to get a lot of points in college and not in college. Definitely didn't do it in college. But in like juniors and high school, so I kind of want to get back to that and play more offensive.
Yeah. So what would you say like a strength of your game is as a defenseman? I'm sitting next to you now. I'm like, no offense, you're not the biggest guy, and
No,
for defensemen. So how do you how do you play your style?
Honestly, I try and just skate as fast as I can and pass the puck, try and get away from people. Everybody's so big and so strong. Like I'm not out muscling anybody. So
just puck moving defenseman.
Yeah.
Get the job done.
You gotta love that, man.
Yeah.
You need people like that on the ice.
Any fights under your belt this year? I know ECHL is there tends to be a lot of tilts from time to time.
I had 3 last year and 3 this year. 2 of them I wouldn't count as fights, but 4 of them are pretty good ones. This year I'd probably say 1-1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take it, right?
Yeah, I'll take that.
As long as you have 1 win under your belt.
Yeah, you got one.
I fought a guy in Maine, guy Bricknell. Holy crap. Kind of got my shit pumped there a little bit.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a wake-up
Yeah.
call from
Yeah.
time to
Like,
time.
okay, maybe don't fight guys that big.
So what was your reaction when the team signed Sean Avery for a day earlier on the season? Well, did you guys think that was legit, or did everyone kind of know it was a publicity thing?
Well, we kind of heard, we got like wind of it a little bit earlier that he might be coming, but we didn't think that we were actually going to sign him and he was going to be a part of the team. We thought he was just going to come skate with us and try and make a comeback, I guess. It was interesting having him around.
Did he practice with you
Yeah,
guys?
he practiced with us. He was a good guy. He was super nice. It was just a little bit odd, you know?
Yeah, I've seen his
It
like
def-
social media. He's definitely an oddball.
Yeah, he was a nice guy and everything. He was great to everybody on the team, but I think it kind of made a little bit of a distraction in the point of the season where we didn't need it.
So does he still got it, or was it, you kind of like, what's this guy doing here? Like,
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. You know, we'll leave
No
it at
comment.
that. Yeah, no comment on that.
Yeah, because I thought like he kind of backed out because a lot of people were like, "Hey, like I want you." Like all the people were already calling him out. Other people were about to sign that were like bad boys.
We had
10
Malcolm
years ago.
Hayes on here saying, "Yeah, I want to tilt with that." Avery.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people
He must have heard the
wanted a
high
piece of him.
slot one.
Yeah, a lot of people wanted a piece of him. So.
yeah, there's tons of guys out there who definitely wanted Sean Avery on their fight card.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Every Howie would have went after him. Nuber would have went after him. There's a bunch of tough guys, especially in the South.
Yeah, he probably didn't want any of that. He wanted to keep his chicklets for the movie credits.
No, nobody wants any of that.
So we've had a lot of guests on the pod that played in the ECHL, and they say Orlando's like the spot to be. So I mean, you've experienced it firsthand. What's it really like playing for Orlando? I know you guys playing like the Magic Stadium, so you guys got like the best arena going. Like, how awesome is it playing down there?
Playing the Amway, it's the best rink in the league. It's actually like an NHL rink, so we get treated insanely well. Our the fans are incredible. It's like 7,000 fans a night. The lower bowl is usually pretty full, so and it's just awesome. We get treated really well. I love being in the South. You can't complain about the weather.
Yeah,
that's for
never.
sure. I golf probably 3-4 times a week after practice just to get outside. It's honestly unbelievable.
Yeah, it seems like the most ideal spot. Not gonna lie.
You guys hiring water boys?
Equipment managers.
I'll
Yeah,
head
there's an
down
equipment,
there.
there might be an equipment manager spot open.
Oh, sign me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me what to put in the resume, and I'll send it in. But yeah, so have you played for any other team in the ECHL besides Orlando? You've only experienced it down there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm lucky for that too.
So yeah, whenever you guys go on the road, you must be like, damn, we gotta leave this place. Like,
It's like, oh, I gotta pack a sweatshirt.
Yeah,
Kidding me?
Florida, Utah.
Yeah, right.
so I've been told you have another passion besides hockey, and that's fishing. So I'm not gonna lie, I crept on the Instagram. Looks like you've caught some big boy fish. So what's the biggest or like craziest fish you've ever caught?
Swordfish at midnight was pretty crazy. That was offshore, like 105 miles, I think, maybe a little bit farther. We were out there for 2.5 days. And then I've caught 250-pound bluefin last summer. So hopefully get a bigger one than that this year.
Jeez.
When did that passion for fishing start? Like when you were younger? Like,
Yeah, when I was a little kid. Just
all
like
around here, or did you like go places like during the summer?
down in Scituate, like by the North River. Me and my buddies, Ty and Monty Graham, they both play college. I grew up with them. We used to just throw a line and right on the river and just kind of hang out. Something to do, something to pass time, especially when you're younger.
When did you get into like the deep sea fishing stuff, like down Orlando?
No, my family got a boat probably 7 years ago. Started with a little boat, and then I started going out too far. My parents were like, probably time to get a bigger boat. We got a bigger boat, and then I've been just going deep sea ever since. I just want to keep pushing the limits, going farther and farther. See what's out there.
Just kind of see like what crazy fish you can catch.
Yeah, I want to catch a megalodon, pretty much. I wanna catch that.
What the hell is that? That sounds
It's like that
crazy.
shark that's
Yeah.
extinct that's like 50 feet or something like that. No chance.
Moby Dick.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, get Moby Dick, yeah, like a whale.
Damn, yeah, that's unreal. I mean, the biggest fish I've probably caught is like, I don't know, like a 2-foot like bass or something. Like
the
I don't
only
like
fish-
Winnipesaukee.
The
Like,
only fish I had was a goldfish when I was 5, and I had to flush it down the toilet a week later because I couldn't take care of the fucking thing.
What's the fishing scene down like in Orlando? Is it nice down there?
It's all freshwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
I don't like that. It's
No.
not fun for me.
I was gonna say Orlando's like right dab smack in the middle of
Smack in the
Florida. It's like
middle,
you got to travel like to get to the coast and get to like the real saltwater oceans.
Yeah, I want something to tug me in. That's pretty much it. I want something to give me a fight for my life.
Yeah, you want a little
That's
challenge.
what I'm looking for. I want a challenge. I don't want to rip
Nice.
some little fish across the water and be like, oh, nice.
Yeah, you want to go to the bar with like a scar and be like, yeah, like I caught. Like,
Yeah, a
this
shark
thing.
bit me or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
something cool.
End up like Captain Hook.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, how'd you get that hook
You
on your
have
hand?
peg
I'll tell you a crazy fishing story. That's where it came from. So going back to your college days at BC, I mean, we all grew up big BC fans, as you can see, rocking the sweatshirt today, mostly because of the legendary coach Jerry York. You experienced firsthand playing for him. What was that like?
It was good. He was a great coach, legendary coach. I mean, you don't get that many wins like that easily.
Yeah,
Like,
right. You don't just get handed
I
to
don't
you.
know if anybody will ever get that and catch that. So it would be tough to find somebody to fill that void in the program. He was a great coach. I liked him. I have nothing but respect for him.
And yeah, your dad was also assistant coach on the team, right, too?
Yeah, he was a volunteer assistant. He started doing that probably 3 or 4 years before I got there. He was there with Johnny Gaudreau, Kevin Hayes, Jimmy Hayes, all those guys. They kind of asked him to come back and just kind of help out the forwards, kind of just spend some time with them because my dad played 12 years in the NHL. So guess he's knows a little bit about the game.
Oh, I'd say
Yeah.
so.
A little bit.
Yeah, just a tad.
What did your dad have an influence at all, like choosing a college, like in the recruiting process, or was that like kind of you just like love BC, kind of fell in love with it?
I mean, I always went to BC games when I was younger. Both my parents went to BC. My grandfather went to BC. It was kind of always in the back of my mind. I mean, I love Northeastern too. I almost went there. I loved BU. It was between those 3 schools. I obviously wanted to play in the Bean Pot, being from Boston, so couldn't leave the city of Boston for that. But BC just had a special place in my heart, so decided to go there. And they got football, so you can go to the tailgates.
Yeah.
There you go.
What I've heard is just like BC is just like an absolute time to go to. Just everything.
Yeah, it's a great school. They have the mods. They have a little bit of an on-campus scene, and then if you want to do anything off campus, you're right in the city.
Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah, you're not like downtown, like BU, like no campus.
Yeah.
Like, BC at least has a little bit of a campus feel.
How was it playing in the Bean Pot for BC? Like how crazy was it?
I never won one, which sucks, but it's a special thing. Like when you walk out there, especially like watching it as a kid, like every year you see all the fans like being on the ice and looking up and like seeing everybody there. It's really something special.
Yeah.
Especially the finals games. I lost in the Beanpot final. I forget what year it was, but that was like you look up and it's just all BC or all Northeastern, and you're looking around. It's like, what is going on? Like, you can't believe it. Almost.
Especially being like a hometown kid, everyone's coming out to see you and everything.
Yeah,
Must be
it
insane.
hits you a little different. Yeah, for sure.
What do you think about the future of the Boston College program now that Jerry York is no longer behind the bench?
It'll be interesting to see who they hire for a head coach. I mean, guys will still want to go there because of the program, and it's a great school to go to, and they get treated so well. So I think that they really won't have that big of an issue recruiting still, and they have a great group of guys there. But I think it will take a little bit of growing pains, with a new coach, new system, new kind of way. I think it'll be a little difficult at first.
Yeah, I mean, they've been top of the college hockey, food chain for a long time now.
A long time.
Yeah.
What goes up must come down for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Like every dynasty has their end to it, but I'm sure they'll be back on top in no time. So, looking at your senior year, that season, your team was absolutely stacked. You guys had an absolute wagon of a team, but unfortunately, the season was cut short due to COVID. So, what do you think? You guys think you had a legit shot at Natty this year, and how disappointing was it when you found out that the season, when it would no longer go on due to COVID?
Yeah, I mean, our team we were blowing out teams. Like every team we played against, we lost the Beanpot that year, and then ever since that, we just went on an absolute tear. I think we beat Harvard 7-2 in that consolation game, and then every other game after that was just a blowout. Like we were just rolling teams, which was, it was hard to see the season end like that and just get cut short. We were going into a weekend against Providence, which would have been a blast to play against. They play a hard game, and we got the call, and it was over.
You think that that bean pot loss kind of fueled the fire for you guys?
Yeah, it pissed
It's like
us off.
turning point of the
Pissed us
season.
off. Yeah, I think that team had the potential to win it all, 110%.
Yeah, just looking at some of the names on that roster, it really seems like you guys had the team that year. But
You had Newhook, you had Boldy, you had Spencer Knight in net, you had David Cotton, Logan Hutsko, like all those guys. are
Yeah,
in the
that's a
NHL.
wagon.
Like that's 30 in the NHL.
Yeah.
Drew Helsin was another freshman. I was there. He just signed with Anaheim. He's with San Diego right now.
the
Yeah, the
Gulls.
goals,
Yeah.
yeah. And then a couple
Goals,
goals
yeah.
games. Good games.
Yeah, that's devastating because it seems like you guys really had the team that year and really could have went all the way, but COVID ruined a lot of things.
Yeah. If that's the worst thing that happened during COVID for me, then that's fine.
Right.
It's over with,
There were so many good teams that year. They just couldn't even play, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
it was disappointing for everybody.
Northeastern was really good too. Like there was 2 great Boston teams that year and just
Yeah,
couldn't
so
play out.
it would have been fun to see a bunch of teams from Hockey East.
Absolutely,
in the
yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah.
I never got to play in the playoffs, like
Oh,
the
my
NCAA
God.
tournament. We never made it.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That
Going
sucks.
to BC, I thought I was going to be going for
Right, yeah, like
championships every
4
year,
years.
but
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just the way it happens.
So how cool is it now seeing some of those underclassmen you just mentioned playing in the NHL, like Newhook, Hardman, McLaughlin, and seeing them succeed so early on in their NHL playing careers? Did you know they were going to be pros someday, or were you kind of surprised that they developed into the players they are now?
You could see it with a lot of those guys. Like a lot of those guys came in really hungry. Boldy and Newhook and Niter, you could see it as soon as they got to campus. Like they're just stars. Like they'll be NHL players for a long, long time. And Maddie's one of my close family friends, and like I've known him since he was a little kid. He played on my brother's younger team. He's one of the nicest guys, like one of the most hardworking people I know. So you could see it with all of them. Mark McLaughlin, same thing, hardworking guy. Hardman, hardworking guy. Like so, it was kind of a trend with those guys.
I saw Inside the B for the Bruins. McLaughlin's still living in his dorm at BC,
Yeah,
and still
he's
playing for
going
the
to practice
Bruins.
from
Yeah,
there.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
yeah, it's
Maybe
crazy.
get a place. You're getting paid a little
Right,
bit.
yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, they're doing a tour of his dorm room. There's just 8 other guys or something. It's dude, you're playing in the show.
There's a bunch of skull, wintergreen, like tins everywhere, spitters and shit.
Yeah, you probably had
He's probably just flexing on campus. All
Yeah,
the
they
chicks.
got the beer boxes on the wall.
Yeah.
Behind the
Yeah,
beer.
look.
Like, can you take those down?
yeah, he definitely deep cleaned the place before they all came in or something.
Or he just used one of his buddies' clean dorms. He's just yeah, can I use your dorm real
Yeah,
quick?
it's not even his dorm. They're
Yeah.
just touring it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's got one class left too. I'm that must be literally living the dream.
Yes, I'm playing
on
a
campus.
game tonight, so
Definitely
do
not
Yeah, I
see
won't
it.
be
do I
in
have
class.
to do the homework.
It's yeah, I'll be playing on the garden ice. I don't think I'll be able to get this assignment in.
I'll be on TV at 7 if you would like to tune in. I don't think I'll be able to do this.
There's no way he's actually going to that class.
no chance.
Leaving some tickets for the professor.
Or the professor's just you're gonna pass, so just get out of here.
Or that has that one professor that doesn't even know what hockey is. It's out to lunch.
Oh, there's definitely some professors like that at BC. I feel just live under a rock, have no idea, just buried in a book 24/7.
Yeah, you probably have to do your work actually there.
Yeah, you get into some trouble. That's for sure. There's some people that don't like hockey players.
End up going mandatory study hall.
Yeah, you're sitting there and the lady's just grilling you the whole entire time. It's
Trying to find a reason.
I didn't come here to go to school, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I came here to play hockey.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, everyone knows that. For sure.
So I've been told you have a brother that plays for the Cross City Rivals Northeastern.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that when he committed there? And did Dunzo have anything to do with that?
I don't know if Dunzo had anything to do with that. It was his decision. I'm happy for him. He loves it. So, it was different. I thought he was going to go to BC, but it just kind of really wasn't an option for him. So it worked out great for him. He's enjoying it. He loves his teammates and everything. So it worked out great.
Yeah, and you said Northeastern was one of your choices too, so I'm sure you could see why he ended up choosing.
If I didn't go to BC, I was going to Northeastern. 110%.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a local guy from the area, you got to go to one of the
three.
yeah.
Harvard just wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know if
I know. I truly would love to go to Harvard, but just wasn't in the cards.
Yeah, how tough is it to get it? It's got to
You have
even
to-
if you play hocky, they don't
You gotta
care.
have a 3.7,
Yeah.
3.6. They don't care. Sports doesn't matter to that school.
yeah, not any of the guys we've had on the pod have that type of GPA. So I don't blame him.
Yeah, there's 1%.
During the Beanpot this year, we saw the Harvard stands. Like all they had was the band. No one was there.
It's like the parents.
Yeah,
It's just like
literally.
their parents.
They're all
hanging there.
studying and shit.
Yeah, they're playing BU. They got like one whole side of like the arena filled up with fans, and on the other side you see Harvard. They just have the band, like sick band.
They had like
section.
nobody.
No one.
It's terrible. It's almost like they should put UMass in there just to pack the place out.
Yeah.
New mass.
That's actually a
Did
good
they
idea.
had UMass
you get
ULOL?
4 Hockey East teams in there, but I get it. It's the Beanpot, the
Yeah,
Boston
it's
schools. You
historic.
can't ever switch it.
Nah, they got to create a tournament all Mass teams. You add in Merrimack, you add in UMass Lowell, UMass. Might have just
How
came
many
up with
teams
some-
is that?
I don't know. Maybe you go. Is there?
That's 3 more. You need
Yeah,
one
so
more
we
to
need
make a
8.
tournament.
Is there an
able.
8th hockey school?
Holy Cross in Mass?
Quincy College.
Yeah,
Quincy Club College?
Holy Cross is in
Cross, yeah.
Mass. Yeah.
Bentley.
Yeah, you could sneak someone in there. We might have just created something. We might have to pitch that. To
Called the high slot, like something.
High
Like,
slot.
Might have to
invitation.
sponsor something.
Yeah, we might have to
high slot shootout.
draft something up, pitch it to the NCAA board.
Writing it down now.
I got it.
We'll just send them this clip.
But put a pan whatever we're going. I just can't believe my brain just shut off. Let's keep going.
So, what was it like growing up with a father who had so much success in the NHL? And did he have any influence on you deciding to choose a career in hockey, or did he kind of let you and your brother both choose your own paths?
I mean, early on, it was obvious we were going to play hockey because he played hockey. He was always like a great mentor for us, always pushed us in the right direction, taught us like things that other people wouldn't be able to teach you, without experience like that. So I'm super grateful for that. Definitely was a little hard on us sometimes, but it was only for the best. And but if we honestly did not, like today, I went to him and said I don't want to play anymore, he'd have no problem with it. Same thing with college, everything. Like if I ever wanted to pull the plug and say, hey, my heart's not in it, then he's good with that.
Yeah, so, yeah. He obviously he knew what it takes to be a successful hockey player. So I'm sure that's where he pushed you a little bit. But
yeah, he knows that it's not easy. Like it takes a lot of hard
right.
work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't even consider where I'm at professional either. Like professional is NHL. Like that's the pinnacle. That's pro.
That's everyone's goal.
That's everybody's goal. That's what you work for. That's why you grind it out on the East Coast, all the bus trips.
Yep.
no KHL.
Yeah, no, I'm okay.
The Russian gas.
Yeah,
What's going
Russian
on in
gas.
Russia?
Well, if they offer you a milli tomorrow,
We had a couple guys from Russia on our team this year. They're great guys.
Yeah.
Funny.
they speak any English.
To some people they will.
Yeah.
Some people they just act like, no, I don't speak English.
Yeah, I hear those stories all the time.
They pull the Malkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He just calls people by their jersey numbers. Like, hey, 43, 43.
Check comes to the table. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, like they're in the locker
Never heard
room,
of it.
like they're talking to like one-on-one, like, oh, can I get the clear tape? And then the coach comes in and they're yelling at him, like, oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, like, what?
You guys got any other questions for Luke today before we let him go?
Nah, you got something, Vinny?
No, I'm good.
We do have one more question for you, actually. One, are you going to be around this summer?
Yeah,
Are you gonna be
here all
local?
summer. Yeah. here all
Two,
summer.
do you want to play in the Prezi Cup for the high slot team this year? We got a bunch of guys recruited already. We got Dunzo in, we got Malcolm in, Flo.
What's this tournament? Where is it?
It's called
the
it's
Prezi one
called
in
the
Quincy?
President's Cup in Quincy. It's run by Doug
What is
Nolan.
it? What is it?
I don't think
August?
July,
It's usually-
August, maybe.
Yeah, late July, early August.
I'm gone the last weekend of July and the first week of August, but I'm back after that, so I'll play anytime after.
Honestly, we don't really know when it is. It could be after
Yeah.
that.
Do you know Doug
You
Nolan?
guys should put in a team to the Vineyard Cup.
Let's do it. When's that?
What's a
I
Vineyard
don't know.
Cup?
It's a tournament on the Vineyard. You rent an Airbnb, a bunch of local.
Yeah,
people.
we got to get
That
on
sounds cool.
It
that.
happened a couple of years ago. It was insane. It was like my junior year.
It's gotta be that-
So many people did it. It was in Oak Bluff.
It's got to be that rink that Martha's Vineyard like high plays at.
Right
No, I
next-
think there's only one. Yeah.
Yeah,
many
that's what
rings
I'm
to the
thinking.
Vineyard?
Yeah, it's got to be that one.
It's right next to the YMCA or something like that.
Yeah, it's been years.
It's a great.
Let's sign up.
Yeah.
Was it the end of the summer?
I don't know. A bunch of my buddies.
we'll
were
look it
talking
up.
about we had a
Vineyard
team
Cup.
a couple of years ago.
I'm
It was the best weekend.
That'd be
I've
a
ever
time.
had.
That'd be a wagon.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah,
That'd be
load
a
up
time.
team. Just do all the tournaments.
That's what we're trying
Do
to
them
do.
all.
All the
Just
street
just
hockey
sweep
and
it.
everything.
Yeah.
If you
I don't
play
street
street,
hockey,
you're
no,
out.
no. I can't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
street
I-
hockey's-
I-
street hockey's a different beast,
I don't
dude.
understand how you guys do it.
I play
I
goal.
stink.
hockey.
I stink at street
Yeah, I'm
hockey so
terrible at it,
bad.
too.
No, I keep going and then like I'm going too fast. And
Yeah,
I hit
it's
the boards.
crashing
And it's
into
like,
the
what am I
boards.
doing? I try and stop like hockey, go
Yeah.
head over heels. Like, come on.
I remember my first warm up, like ever playing street hockey, like last year, like playing competitive again. I just tried to do like a certain pivot, and just fell right on my ass in front of like 50 people. And I was like, this isn't it. And everyone was just chirping me the whole time, dude. It was terrible. Yeah, like you try to do certain pivots, you can't do them.
I played with a guy last year, Jake Kugler. He was a professional in street hockey.
Like
too.
inline, yeah.
Really?
Inline, like
Damn.
player. And I was like, how the hell do you do it? He's like, it's the same thing. I'm like,
No,
not
not,
It's not
yeah,
even
no.
close.
not
dude.
even close.
Not even close. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. It's just like ice skating's so much easier to me for some reason.
It's not easier, but like
It's easier to me
yeah,
for some
to
reason.
like people who have skated before, it's way easier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah, do you end
those
up
thin
you're like
liquids.
leaving like with like cut up knees, like
Yeah.
bleeding, like bows are all diced.
I'm wearing
up.
my shin.
Terrible.
I'm wearing my shin guards. If I go out there and I'm playing street hockey like competitively, I'm wearing the dress down, no pants though.
So it's just
you
going
need the elbow
bottoms.
pads, though.
What's that?
You need the elbow pads.
Yeah. It's been
I
a
feel like
while
that's the
since I
worst
played.
thing,
I
like,
probably
smack down
should.
your elbow. Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
Never come back.
I don't want to get whacked in the shins with a stick though. That's a big thing.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the worst.
that-
Someone goes
that's
for like a
what-
poke
yeah.
check and just catches you right in the shin or the knee.
Those are the ones
Oh.
that just come out of nowhere and you're
All
just like,
done.
why did I even show up?
All right, so unless Prezi Cup is the last week of July, first week of August, we got you penned in.
Yeah, I'm in.
So we better hope Dougie Nolan's not listening to this because he'll deliberately schedule it during that week.
Oh
Yeah, he
yeah.
probably
Dude,
would.
Dougie's gonna be pissed when he sees our team this year. We lost in the semifinals last year, so
Yeah.
we're out for redemption this year. We're not
Is
holding
Greg on
back
your
at
team?
all.
Yeah, Greg.
Yeah,
plays for
Greg
us.
was.
I almost played last year then. 'Cause
Yeah,
Greg
Oh,
asked
I
me to
remember
play
that,
last
yeah.
year.
We had Flo on our team. He drove
Dude,
down from
yeah.
Canada for the Sunday game.
He was on a he was on a farm rehabbing in Canada, rehabbing his knee, and then like drove down like that night to play in our semifinals game.
Legit animal.
I'm sure that's good for the knee.
Oh yeah, just sat in a car for like 12 hours
For the
and
love of the
then laced
game.
him up. He's like, yeah, anything to lace him up with the boys. I'm like, dude, you're
Oh,
nasty.
Nasty.
Yeah.
You love that.
Acts like it's like nothing. I'm like, you just drove like across the country.
You don't have a knee.
Yeah, and you have like one knee.
He was benching a couple cows on the farm.
But yeah, dude, the high slot team is gonna be absolutely loaded this year. We got you, Sima, Malcolm, Flo. Dude,
Malcolm's gonna drop
I'm like
him.
Moynihan
We
might have
asked
gave us a
Moynihan.
name.
Yeah, Moynihan might
What'd
be
he say?
down. He
I
said
think
he was
said
down.
in.
Yeah, we might as well just call our team the
We've got a bunch of variables. We need to like get some signed contracts.
we gotta
so,
send
dude,
Written down, can't back out.
Yeah,
Maybe
no, I
it's
need a-
midsummer. You never know.
I need to like,
oh.
get it in blood.
When we send them jerseys, we should have sent them the contracts too.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Please sign and
make them
return.
put money down ahead just so they don't bail out. Give them the money after the tournament.
Facts. Yeah. We need
I
some.
don't know if you'll
incentive.
get guys to do that.
Yeah.
Unless there's a bonus for winning.
Yeah, we asked Callahan, but I think he just got a big paycheck.
Yeah, he's playing for the Bruins.
Yeah, I
So.
think he's the only one who didn't commit to us.
Yeah.
It's all right. We're still loaded. We're still going to be a wagon. J Butts isn't going to see a shot on net the entire tourney.
Oh, I'm gonna be sleeping back there.
But yeah, we're looking forward to it then. Yeah, Prezi Cup. We'll fill you in on the details. We're not holding back this year. We're coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, we
And
need
we're
to.
taking it home this year, redeeming ourselves.
It's our year.
It's high slots here.
Yep.
All right, but Luke, thanks for coming on, bud. We appreciate it. Have a great summer, and we'll be watching the Solar Bears closely next year. Maybe we'll catch a flight down for a weekend against the Glads or the Grizzlies.
Oh yeah, we'll show you a good time.
Hell
It's
yeah,
fun.
absolutely. Yeah.
Thank
Hell
you
yeah.
guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate
Thanks
you
for coming on, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Great interview with local guy Luke. I love having these local guys on, man. Like,
Especially
it's
in
great seeing
person.
them. Yeah, great when they're in person and then in the area. I feel like the in-person interviews just flow that much better.
Yeah.
So, we're fortunate to have Luke in the area and in the studio here at Hedgebed Industries here today. Great interview.
Yeah,
Good
great
guy, local guy.
Committed to the Prezi Cup too.
interview. Yeah, let's
Huge
go.
signing.
That's huge.
Yeah, might have to put that on our social media.
Might we need to get like written contracts out.
we gotta get a roster put together.
All right, before we sign off today, Bob wants us to educate everyone here with his fun fact of the day. What do you got for us, Bob?
This one's crazy. You're more likely to get a computer virus from visiting religious sites than porn sites. According to research from security firm Semnon, I don't even know. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Religious websites carry three times more malware threats than pornography sites. So, if someone gets a virus on your computer, might blame the Lord on that one.
That's why Snipsy was getting all those
Yeah.
viruses.
Yeah.
He was just a big religion guy.
Yeah, Vinny wasn't
That's a
ripping
good
porn.
excuse.
He was there repenting his sins. He was repenting his sins on the computer.
Yeah, no, during coronavirus, they wouldn't let me go to church, so I had to go online, and then
Went through 4 laptops.
Yeah. I was just trying to repent my sins to the Father, and they were like, "Yeah, you can't come in person. You got to go on this website."
Yeah, Vinny has
I was going there every day.
Vinny has 2 tabs on his computer all the time. It's a religious website and Pornhub.
Yeah.
After he's done with Pornhub, he goes right on the religious
That's why
side.
he's ripping through
Brazzers.
laptops. Dude, I remember back in the day on Oneida Street, Bob, you and I would like go to use a laptop or something.
It'd be all
and
done.
the thing would just be fucked. Because we're like, oh, Snipsky, dude. Like getting a virus again.
Yeah, because Vinny would go on LimeWire and like download all these like illegal ass fucking music things and have like fucking viruses on them. So he'd bring like a file and just drag it over, and the thing would just go like all
I remember
done.
then you like tell your dad, you're like, Dad, the laptop's not working. You're like, oh, what the fuck? Like Vinny again.
This thing
It was
Geeky. It was back in the day where Geek Squad would be always over our house like trying to like just wipe our shit clean like every.
Oh shit, this motherfucker again.
They were like plumbers. They're like, oh, they clogged the shitter again. I'll be right over.
Yeah, so now we
Yeah,
know
I
why
have no
Snipsky was
comment.
getting all those viruses. He was
Yeah.
just
No comment.
big on all these religious sites.
Yeah, Vinny's trying to
Yeah,
find.
I was trying to commit to Buddhism when I was a young.
He was trying to find
young one.
God. That's what he was trying to do.
Vinny was about to be a monk. Considering being a monk.
Yeah, that's it.
That's such a
Pretty
scam.
much.
That's such a scam, though. How are these religious sites like causing viruses?
There's more to it. It says like there's a bunch of like random like numbers in here. It says, in fact, only 2.4% of male adults' websites infected with malware. I guess I don't know what malware really is like when you break it down more, but like I guess for some reason religious websites carry more malware than porn websites.
I heard Snips was getting caught with like those little ads on the side that are like, "Oh, shoot the basket and win $1 million."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
Single moms in your area.
Oh, so this girl's hot.
Yeah,
They want to chat now.
Yeah.
Live. You're like, oh, I got nothing else going on.
Yeah, facts.
I got time.
No, I was actually on the Jehovah Witness website, and I was trying to link up with them, but
Those people are the worst.
yeah, I was trying to become one.
They come knocking on your door, you turn off all the lights, blinds. No one's home.
I was
Someone
like,
signed me up for Jehovah's Witness like a month ago.
You?
Yeah, my dad was like, "What is this?" It got mad like mail in. I'm like, "What is
Did
going
they show
on
up
right
to your
now?"
That's a
door?
comedy
Dude,
prank.
Yeah,
That's probably Craig. Dude.
yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
probably, dude.
That's a comedy prank to just sign someone up for Jehovah's Witness. Those people just there every day, like heckling them, pounding on their door.
Dude, my dad like sent me a picture of the mail, and I like looked up the address where it came from, and it was just all Jehovah's Witness.
Jesus. That's fucked.
Fucked.
Yeah, you might have to change your address and shit like that after that.
Yo, you should really think about joining.
Vinny's a recruiter, low key.
Yeah, it's heat.
All right, before we officially sign off today, we have one more ad from our guys over at Ease Barbershop. So if you looked in the mirror lately and thought to yourself, wow, I look like a bum, then you got to head over to At Ease Barbershop, located in Quincy, or their brand new location that just opened up in Stoughton, Mass. Go see our guy Linsky and other certified master barbers who are able to do all types of different hairstyles and haircuts. They offer their clients a wide range of services from straight razor shaving, hairstyling, beard grooming, and even eyebrow trimming. They also specialize in fresh fades, tapers, designs, mullets, business cuts, you name it. To avoid waiting in those long lines, book your appointment now at www.ateasebarbershop.com. That's www.ateasebarbershop.com. I think that just about wraps us for today. As always, we'd like to thank our producer, Hedge Better Industries, back in the studio once again. They continue to revolutionize the sports betting industry. So if you haven't already, you got to go check them out over at www.hedgebetter.com. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in to the High Slot Podcast. Be sure to go check us out over on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at High Slot Podcast for more daily hockey content. We got to get out of here because I almost butchered half of those ad reads.
Yeah,
so
and
we'll see you next time.
Yeah, let's go bees, baby. Let's go bees.
About to catch
Go
the bees right
bees.
now. Peace.
Yep.